Well, speaking about Fulham, there's a rumor out there that they are interested in getting Joe Scally. Now they have Kenny Tete, who's been 27-year-old Dutch player who's been very good for them in this particular season. So Scally, maybe just some good depth. Interested if you think that would be a good move for him as our resident outside back, Heath Pierce. And then I'm going to take it one step further. And this is one that's going to come to you, Chuck, so you can get ahead of it and start thinking about it. Brandon Vazquez is being courted by Borussia Mönchengladbach, which is Joe Scally's current club. So I want to get your thoughts on that. But let's go to Scally to Fulham first, Heath. Good move?
Scally to Fulham. I
Too many Americans in the back line there.
No, I like it because again, what I like about Scally is that there's not one part of his game where I'm like, oh no, like he doesn't fit. Like he's pretty well rounded of being a two-way fullback, but he's got the physical stature to be able to play in the Premier League. He's got those types of aspects to his game, which I think is really important. He's quick, he's young. My worry is more in the traditional sense of what Fulham have gone through over the years. They're in a very stable position now. Fulham now, yes, I think it's a great opportunity for him. Fulham, as we know, is like you said, they're kind of on the downtrend right now. That kind of high seems to be over. Fulham in the championship, like that sort of thing, don't love it. And it's tough to get out of those types of situations. But given if we were talking about today and the Fulham stability that I think that team has now, I love it.
Okay, and then now let's talk Brandon Vazquez potentially making the move to the Bundesliga and Borussia Mönchengladbach. That would be a big move. I'd be very excited for him because
it'd be
a nice fit because they're a team that likes to get forward and get after it, and I think he could be a guy that could get on the end of a lot of stuff there.
It's a very good team in the Bundesliga. I remember going to a game back in the day, actually when Casey Keller was keeper, and I remember being like, these fans are committed. It's a great atmosphere and environment. Borussia Mönchengladbach, Michael Bradley had played there, so I do see him fitting in really well with this system. He'd be replacing Marcus Thuram, is what the word on the street is. So for him to come into that system, I think he would crush it. I really do, and that would give him the credibility and the liftoff to kind of come back into the U.S. men's national team and be like a main fixture. But it's one thing to score goals in MLS for FC Cincinnati. It's another thing when you're scoring goals in the Bundesliga for Wolfsburg with his for Mönchengladbach with his quality.
Right.
It's a big difference because Pfunk was doing the same thing. That stopped, and we all know why, because he just doesn't have the physical movement, like the ability of athleticism that is kind of required to play with this young, like energetic group of the U.S. men's national team.
Well, you're bringing up Marcus Thuram. He's got 12 goals and 3 assists for Mönchengladbach this season, 25 years old. Looks like he'll be making a move in this upcoming summer transfer window. And really his only other competition is 30-year-old Alassane Plea, who is good on his day. I've seen him score a bunch of goals in the Champions League. I remember him scoring like 3 or 4 against Shakhtar Donetsk one time in one game. He's got a lot of assists. They move the ball around a lot, and I think Vazquez could really benefit from this. Yeah, I think it would be a great move, and I'm curious to see what FC Cincinnati is going to do. All right, let's pivot a little bit to
real quick, Jimmy. Plea was nasty in France, for the record. Like, he hasn't been the same player since he came to Germany, and that was a big transfer because he was linked to a lot of big clubs. But yeah, to replace that, if you remember, like, Gladbach has always liked a big target striker. You have Thuram, big target striker. Remember when Rob Friend was at Gladbach as well? A big target striker.
Yeah.
There's just that aspect of that game, even though they are actually possession based over the last couple managers. I like it.
All right, so let's talk now about week 6 of MLS. This will be our last foray into it. We'll make it our final thought. Any games that stand out for you guys this upcoming weekend? I'm going to go first because I want to make sure I get it and none of you guys take it. St. Louis hosting Minnesota United. Nobody can take down St. Louis.
They're the Invincibles. They're the Invincibles, Charlie. They're the Invincibles.
I mean, Charlie's got the jersey on. They need the St. Louis Invincibles. Joao Kraus up top has been sick for them. It's really unbelievable how well they performed. They are one of 4 undefeated teams right now. So St. Louis, but they're the only ones that are untouched. 5 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. LAFC 3 wins, 1 draw. Minnesota United also another undefeated team. So St. Louis and Minnesota going after it this weekend is one I'm going to have my eyes on for sure. And I wonder if Minnesota can pull the strings and at least get a draw in some capacity. Charlie, I'll come to you. What's the MLS game that you're looking forward to the most?
I'm going New England Revolution, New York City FC.
Ooh, that's tasty. I like that.
I know, Heath, you got to see New York City FC. It seems like they're not playing at their best right now. I think defensively it's been very shaky. And then just up top, they haven't really figured it out with the striker. So New England, on the other hand, played 3 teenagers, a 17-year-old and Noel Buck, who's absolutely killing it, and then 2 18-year-olds, Ejmir Bayraktarovic and Jack Panayotu. And they actually held their own. They dominated for portions of the game against DC United. And DC United are a abysmal team right now. So
Chuck doesn't like the Dynamo or DC United. Everybody, just if you're taking notes at home, just want to.
I want DC United to be good. I played. I had the
help me help you. Help me help you.
But what I will say is, man, they have some. Bruce has kind of helped develop these young players, getting the opportunity, and it'll be a good game.
All right. Okay. And then Heath Pierce, close it out for us. What's our game to watch in MLS this weekend?
Man, the games to watch for me are the teams that haven't won a game yet so far. So LA Galaxy playing at home against Seattle, who we know are sort of red hot to start the season. They still haven't got their first win of the year. SKC playing away to Philadelphia. They haven't got their win. Tough games for all of the ones that haven't gotten wins, kind of compounding. Colorado Rapids at home against LAFC. They haven't gotten a win yet. And then I think the other one was Vancouver. I'm not sure who Vancouver has.
They got Montreal.
They got Montreal at home. So
Canadian derby.
The other conference I think is all closed out with everyone's got their win. That's when, like, you know how it is. Their season sort of kicks off at that point of trying to create some momentum. So tough ones for those teams, but nonetheless, like, those are the ones I got my eye on.
I mean, every year this league just gets tougher and tougher, I think, to have that success, which really makes St. Louis stand out for me in a lot of different ways. I assume they're going to hit a lull, and we'll just have to see how long that lull
tell me Klaus, Jimmy, doesn't remind you of like a Berbatov, the way
he's got those vibes. Also, people have to stop passing him the ball so he can go one-on-one with the goalkeeper every game. I mean, I don't know when that's going to stop happening, but
they're good though, man. They are organized. They don't fall apart. Their shape is good. Like, they just, like, again, you see the makings of, like, again, that sort of like energy drink soccer of, like, Bradley Carnell having spent time with the Red Bulls. What's his name? The sporting director, Lutz Pfannenstiel, coming from, like, the Red Bull Hoffenheim world. Also, just sort of like, they're very well organized, and though obviously they've been gifted some goals, but there's not a lot of gaps in their team, which you don't always see, there's nothing that they do unbelievably well, but they're also just like, if you're going to give us goals, we'll just take them, and then we'll just win.
A shout out to John Hackworth as well, who coached our youth national teams for a long time and has just been around the scene. I love that dude. He's an assistant coach there. For Bradley Carnell. I'm a huge John Hackworth fan.
Yeah, did he recruit you, Jimmy? Did he recruit you because he recruited me?
No, I didn't. I didn't get recruited by Hack. Okay, I didn't get recruited by him, but I'm still giving him some love.
And
anyway.
then he said I broke his heart when I didn't go to Southern Florida, and then he left a year later to go to the 17s in residency. Yeah. So I was like, you would have betrayed me. So all right.
Yeah, shout out to Hack. We got to get him on the show at some point. Maybe if St. Louis continues to win, he can kind of tell us his whole lay of the land and his story, because he's seen some things, especially on the youth side of this, and just kind of where he thinks things are going on the youth side, given that he spent so much time in that space.